Hey guys, it's me, Mario. Oh. How y'all doing today? Hope all you guys are doing well. Today we're going to continue ZAPHA, the monster squid. You gotta see the reflection of the phone. Chapter 2, A New Quest. Chapter 2, A New Quest. Can you tell us what happened? Eldaru asked, kneeling beside the injured man. The Master of Arms drew in a shaken breath. Bats, he whispered. The whole room was full of bats. They took the armor. He covered his face with his hands. I have failed the king. Eldaru touched the old man's shoulder. No, my friend. Evil has been at work here. Standing up again, he thumped on the floor 3 times with his staff. A moment later, Tom heard running footsteps in the passage, and 2 servants appeared in the doorway. Their eyes grew wide with shock as they looked inside. Carry the master to his room, Wizard Eldaru ordered. Send for King Hugo's healer. Mind you say nothing of this to anyone. The 2 servants lifted the elderly man carefully. Elena scooped up the ferret and gave it to the master as he was carried out into the passage. As soon as the Master of Arms and the servants had gone, Tom turned to the wizard. This was Malwell's work, wasn't it? It must have been. He is still alive, after all. Eldaru nodded gravely. I fear you are right. What armor were you talking about? Elena asked. Why is it so important? Tom, the armor was to have been your reward for completing the quest, Eldaru explained. Once it belonged to the Master of the Beasts. It brings magical strength to its rightful owner. But Tom was puzzled. You couldn't give me the armor if it belongs to the Master of the Beasts. I remember you told me that Melville had imprisoned him long before my quest began. But why isn't he still wearing it? Eldaru let out a long sigh. Many years ago, the Master of the Beasts should have returned to the palace for the New Year feast. Instead, the empty suit of armor appeared in the great hall as the Nobles were taking their places. The wizard paused, then went on. Melville had captured him, then sent the armor to mock King Hugo and me. Tom felt as if an icy hand had clutched his heart. He hoped that the Master of the Beasts had not suffered too greatly in the hands of the Dark Wizard. Sort of charged to the light. Gotta open this for more light. There we go. Let's do it. However, I felt that all was not lost. Elderu said. The powers of the armor would still work in the suit was worn by the right person. A true quester, with brave blood running through his veins. I think you are that person, Tom. For a moment, Tom could not speak. He wasn't sure he was worthy to wear the golden armor. But he would give everything to protect Avencia. The wizard began to pace back and forth impatiently across the small room. His staff clicking on the stone floor. Melville must have released that your successful quest. Realize that your successful quest has made you a danger to him. He would never have imagined that anyone, much less a boy, could lift the spells on all 6 beasts. He has stolen the armor, too. To stop you wearing it and gaining its magical powers. But it would never fit me. Tom measured himself again. Tom measured himself against the wooden stand that had held the armor. It must have been made for a tall man. The armor will shrink or expand to fit the one who wears it, Elder explained. It will know who truly deserves it. Then we have to do something. Elena's eyes sparkled with indignation. We can't let Melville get away with this. More cautiously, Tom added. But first, we must find out what really happened to the armor. Elderu halted in his pacing. He raised his staff and swept it in a wide arc. The air glittered in its wake, and a picture of gradually formed hovering above them. Tom and Elena let out gasps of wonder and fear. They could see a multitude of flying bats carrying pieces of the golden armor hooked in their claws. Then the swarm split up. Groups of bats flew off in 6 different directions, each carrying a part of the armor. The sound of Melville's mocking laughter grew until it filled the room. Then the vision faded. When it had quite gone, Eldor let out a weary sigh. This is worse than I feared. Melville's bats have scattered the armor around the kingdom. He looked gravely at Tom. Are you ready for another quest? So soon after your first? Will you seek out the pieces of armor and bring them back together? Tom drew himself up. Of course I will. And what about me? Elena asked with a fierce look. Where Tom goes, I go. A believed smile spread over Eldoru's face. Thank you, Elena. I know that you too have the courage to succeed. My magic map will show you where to go. I'll fetch it while you change into traveling clothes, meeting me in the stables as soon as you can. Meet me at the stables as soon as you can. Tom hurried back to his room and changed into a woolen tunic and sturdy boots. He fastened on his scabbard, seized his sword, and picked up his shield. It bore the 6 magical tokens from the beasts he had freed. Furno the fire. Furno's dragon scale protected him from heat. Serpent's tooth from onrushing water. Arctos eagle feather from great heights. And Nanook's bell from extreme cold. Takus's horseshoe fragment gave him extra speed, and Epos's golden talon healed wounds. Surely their combined power would strengthen him now. Oh, neck. Then Tom went down to the stables. As he crossed the courtyard, Elena caught up with him. Silver at her heels. I took some food left over from the feast, she said, showing Tom a large bundle wrapped in a white cloth. Good thinking, Tom said. Smiling, he knew he and Elena made a great team. Eldoru was waiting in the stables. A gloom had already settled the storm. Elena stroked the black stallion's nose and fed him the one last apple. Here is the magic map. The wizard held the familiar parchment scroll out to Tom. Guard it well, and take care. This time Melville knows you are a threat to him. His magic is clearly as strong as ever, and now he is angry. I'm not afraid of Malville, Tom said bravely, resting his hand on the hilt of his sword. Storm snorted, rapping one hoof against the stable floor, and Silver let out a howl of agreement. Tom climbed onto Storm's saddle, and Elena scrambled up behind him. Farewell, said Elro, and may good luck go with you. He ordered the guards to open the gates of the palace. Tom urged Storm into a trot. As they passed through the gates, with Silver bounding alongside, Tom could still hear music and the sounds of celebration ringing out from the palace walls. The rest of Eventia had no idea that Malville was alive and plotting once more. Tom was determined that the Dark Wizard would not succeed. He and Elena would follow this new quest to the end. I'm ready, Tom thought. While there's blood in my veins, I'll do everything I can to protect my home. And that was chapter 2. I'm trying to find the name of chapter 2. Name. This. A new quest. Chapter 2, a new quest. Well, I did really remember to charge this light right here. It's empty again. So yeah, I need to charge this before I make the Great Dragon Book. But hey, at least I was quick thinking and opened the cabinet. The closet. The closet, not a cabinet. Right, hope you guys enjoyed this read through Beast Quest. Oops. And I hope I will see you in the next one. The next Beast Quest or the next Great Dragon Book. Which is coming soon, so. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoy my videos. Hope you subscribe, hit the bell, and you guys know the rest. Make sure you check out my DeviantArt and all that. Dragon Master Mario. Alright. See you guys in the next video. This closet is so hot, man. It gets hot really quick in here. Right. Bye-bye.